welcome, Rababu. I think first I uploaded wrong one, but I corrected one. Later I corrected, boss. Later I corrected, it seems. Later I corrected. Now listen, guys. All these microservices which are developed,
Recording in progress.
purpose for searching and finding server purpose. R&D server. What is R&D server, guys? Registry and discovery server. What is the example for registry and discovery server? Netflix Eureka server. This one, boss. Netflix I only written, boss. To save the time, I'm just opening and adding the new points. I hope whenever you read the notes, you are feeling one more time you are listening my class. Easy to understand. Simple vocabulary I use, boss, so that everyone can understand, right? Okay, boss. The process of keeping or publishing microservice details in R&D server is called registration activity. Registration activity. That means publishing activity. The process of discovering or fetching microservice details from R&D server to establish communication or interaction from one microservice from another microservice is called discovery operation. Name says register and discover. Register means publishing. Discovering means finding. Discover means finding, boss. Got it? Super, boss. Next. It's something like this, Rababu. I register my batch details, my course details with Naresh IT, front office. Student will come and discover them and we will use them to join in the batch to gain the knowledge or not. To gain the knowledge or not. Yes or no? No? Okay. You are one microservice student. I am one microservice faculty. Between you and me, communication is required. We need Naresh IT front office. We need Naresh IT front office, which is a R&D server. Which is a R&D server. Clear, boss? Don't think much. Don't think much. Yeah. When we publish different instances of different microservices to R&D server, like a Eureka server, then the details will look like this. Then the details will look like this. It will maintain information. It won't do load balancing, but it will maintain load factor. What is load factor, boss? Current load by max load. Current load by max load. Listen. Service ID, instance ID, host name or IP address, load factor. Is there any guarantee we will use only one instance of each service? No guarantee. Service ID is generally service name, microservice name. Service ID is generally service name. There is nothing but microservice name. If two microservices are developed by me and I know both microservice endpoint, can I skip in R&D server? You can skip, but that is not a recommended process. That is not a recommended process. Why? Because you are talking about two microservices having single instance. Let us assume two microservices having 10 instances each. Then load balancing. To do all these things, it's better to place in Eureka server, na boss. Then it's better to place in a Eureka server. Yes, boss. Listen, guys, search service, order service, order service. That means two instances of search service is taken, two instances of order service is taken, right, boss? Instance ID 1, instance ID 2, instance ID 1, instance ID 2. Everyone getting my point there? Super. These are the host name and port numbers, Rababu. Not compulsory, everyone should be there on the same mission, boss. But port numbers will be definitely different. Port numbers will be definitely different. Right now, no requests are there. I'm presenting everything as a 0. 0 by 200, 0 by 200, 0 by 200, 0 by 2. Got it, my dear? So like a small table will be maintained, boss. Internally, the small table will be maintained. So listen, Eureka server is no document server. That means it does not contain any XML file or JSON file. Expect such things. Don't expect such things.
Recording in progress.
Super. Service ID is always project name. Service ID is called as service name, boss. Service ID is always project name. Cool. Instance ID is unique ID. For every instance, one unique ID will be generated. They may be dynamically generated instance IDs, boss. Providing instance ID when single instance is there optional. Listen, for one service, I have taken only one instance. Then providing instance ID is optional now, because that can be identified with the service ID itself. That can be identified with the service ID itself. What do you say, boss? I hope everyone convinced here. I want everyone to concentrate, convince this one. This point is very, very important. Providing instance ID when single instance is there, optional. In that situation, it takes service ID as the instance ID. Service ID as the instance. When there is a single instance for the service. I hope everyone is ready. Microservice architecture is all about what? Developing every service as a separate RESTful application. RESTful application having REST controller, right? If more demand is there for certain services, for load balance and transparent failover, we try to create multiple instances for it or not? We try to create multiple instances for it or not? We definitely try to create multiple instances for it. What is that? The host name and port details will be auto detected by Eureka server during the process of register or publishment. During the process of register or publishment of microservice. During the process of register or publishment of microservice. Right, guys? Here what? Service ID, project name, instance ID, dynamically generated one. If you one service is there, only one instance is there, providing instance ID is optional. Cool, guys. This host name and port number will be detected automatically. Suppose you are trying to keep two instances of one microservice. So port numbers and what? Host names will be detected automatically. Load factor, that always maintain. How many maximum requests it can take? Currently, how many requests are there? Load factor is equal to current load slash max load, guys. Current load slash max load. I think we already discussed it. Any queries on this introduction part of Eureka server, boss? Okay, can I ask few questions? Can I ask few questions? Am I going to install Eureka server separately? Am I going to configure that server with Eclipse IDE? How does it comes then? How does it comes then? Okay. When we create Spring Boot project, adding Eureka server dependencies or starters, it will be there. It will be coming as embedded servers. Embedded server when you run the Spring Boot project. Right, boss? When we run the Spring Boot project, it will come as an embedded server. Clear? Is that clear, guys? What are the R&D servers available in the market? Example R&D servers. At least in Java environment. Netflix Eureka server, Apache Zookeeper. Which is popular? Eureka server is popular. Eureka server is popular, right? When I publish any microservice with the Eureka server, is it going to generate any dynamic document? Is it going to generate any dynamic document? No. Now listen. Okay, can I publish two instances of same microservice? Okay, then how does those instances will be differentiated? How does those instances will be differentiated or identified? Using instance IDs, na boss? Using instance ID. For every instance ID will be generated dynamically or not? Suppose if I am not given any instance ID, if I don't provide any instance ID option, then what happens? The service ID will be taken as the instance ID, right now, boss? Okay. The service ID will be taken as the instance ID. But it's always recommended to generate instance ID dynamically. Some random number should be involved in the instance ID generation. Yes, sir, boss. Super, boss. How can we secure our application? Question asked in the interview. Akash Jeshwal, did you attend yesterday's class? First attend classes before attending interviews. Then you will get answer. Then you will get answer. Spring security concept is there now. Using that we can secure our microservice or what? RESTful application. Okay. Spring Cloud overview architecture. Here we are having SSO now, boss. Single sign-on coin. This kind of concept can be used to secure our. Okay, boss. Now, I would like to give register and discovery servers. Discovery server names list. Register and discovery server names. Microservices, register and discovery server names. Why do we need this? They have given some explanation, guys. Each service is deployed at the same location and rarely changes, but it is not the case in microservice architecture, right? How does it works? Fine, okay, let it be. Discovery server. I just want to get the list of names, boss. Yeah. There are many implementations suitable for service discovery. Smart Stack, Zookeeper, ECD, Console, NSQ, Surf, Dozer, all are the good examples. The demo application uses Battle Proven. Battle Proven means the winner, Eureka server by Netflix. Everyone understood, guys? Okay. Other R&D service in the market. Other R&D servers in the market. Okay. Smart Stack, Console are good examples. User. Your company is using Console. See some. Okay. Netflix, Eureka, sir. And Netflix Eureka server. And the best is what? Netflix Eureka server is the best. Cool, guys? Super. Let's go for procedure to create Spring Boot project acting as what? Eureka server. Now, today my target is I would like to keep Eureka server ready, boss. Nothing else I want to keep ready. Eureka server ready. So shall we start doing that, boss?
Recording in progress.
Right. Emma, you wait for that.
Recording in
Move
progress.
to MS. Move to MS. Pros 1. Pros 1. R&D server. R&D server. Eureka. Better to take pros 0 1. R&D server Eureka. See guys, what is there? Maven, var file, var jar, anything you can take, not a problem. Anyhow, we are going to use the embedded one. If you take jar also, not a issue. If you take jar also, not a issue. Got it? Right. All this stuff. Remaining all are normal now, boss. Remaining all are very much normal. Okay. Say next. Yeah. Next one is what, guys? Eureka server you should add. Eureka server, not client. Only server. Only server. Okay. Eureka server you have to add, boss. Eureka server. Say next, guys. Say finish. Say next, say finish. Project creation is under process, above. What's happening, guys? Why this much time? Yeah, we opened Eclipse ID after a long time, it seems. Trying to close remaining projects, guys. What's happening? What's happening? Eureka server project is created. Where, guys? Where? Put MS number 6K. This is that. 1 minute. I think Even this is also closed that I opened, boss. Yeah, done. We are ready with this, boss. Super. Now next one, go to main class. Go to main class. Yeah, we have to add one annotation. I want to tell, don't look at this one as a normal project. Please look at it as a Eureka server. Enable Eureka server. Enable Eureka server. This is compulsory. What it will do, guys? What it will do? Annotation to activate Eureka server related configuration. Eureka server related configuration. Getting my point, boss? So this makes we have enable scheduling, enable. We have other day we have seen this kind of annotations. It's not the first time, right? Enable the Eureka server, Eureka R&D server related auto configuration activity. R&D server related auto configuration activities. Super na, boss? Okay, now listen. Port number we can choose everything, but default port number is what? Eureka default port number is 8761, and I recommend to keep in this one only. You can take a different number, boss, but it is recommended to use a default port number only. It's my suggestion. Okay, 8761. 876. Entries in application.properties. To disable the process of making this project as microservice and to present this project as R&D server. Listen, guys. Listen. I want to present this project as a Eureka server. I don't want to see this project as a microservice. So I need to add, by default, every project will be taken as what? Microservice. By default, every project will be treated as a microservice project. So I don't want to give the feeling it's a microservice project. It should be taken as Eureka server. So for that one, some entries we have to add. Now listen. Eureka.client.register with Eureka. Array, this is a Eureka server, na? Is there any sense of registering current project with Eureka? Come on, guys. You are a owner of the theater. Someone asked you to go and purchase the ticket. It looked like a senseless, na? It looked like a senseless, right? You are a owner of the company. Someone asked you to go for security check, go for other checks, go for what is that? Employee enrollment. It looks like very funny or not? By default, every project is ready to become microservice. But I want to tell that this project is not microservice, so it will never be registered with what? It never be registered with what? Come on. Eureka server. So don't ask to me register. Don't ask me to register. Or you are a owner of the house, someone say, are you paying rent to your home? You are saying you are staying in your own home. Someone asks, are you paying rent to your home? Is there any sense in that? Is there any sense in that? No sense in that, right? Super, boss. Listen, Eureka.client.register with Eureka false. Register with Eureka false. Understanding my statement? Eureka dot client dot fetch registry false. Array. One minute. If it is a microservice, it should be discoverable or fetchable from the Eureka server. When it is Eureka server itself, is there any question of fetching that? Is there any question of fetching that, boss? This is very, very important. This is very, very important, boss. I am creating Eureka server project, but by default, every project will act as what? Microservice. So microservice should be ready to register with Eureka server, or ready to fetchable. Should be made as fetchable from Eureka server, right? Should be made as fetchable from Eureka server. So now the point I am raising here is, when I am making project itself as Eureka server, am I going to register that project with Eureka server? No, that's why false. No, that's why false. Am I going to fetch that project from Eureka server? No, that's why false. Default values are true, ra babu. These properties are inherited from parent project having default value true. These properties are inherited from what? Spring Boot parent project having default value true. So we have to override with false. You have to override with false. Making sense or not? I want reply from you people. Okay. I want reply from you people. I will give more depth knowledge now. Listen carefully. Spring Cloud project, which is a parent project. Spring Cloud project, which is a parent project. In that one, these two entries are there with what values? True, true. Eureka dot client dot register with Eureka, true. Fetch with register, fetch registry is what? True. This is my microservice one. This is my microservice one. I want to continue them as it is. Is there any need of continuing them, rewriting them, guys? Is there anything of rewriting them, boss? Because it's a microservice. It's a microservice. Actually, I should write like this. But when they are coming from present project, they come as it is, na? So we need not write like this, because they will come from Spring Cloud parent project directly. Spring Cloud parent project directly. Understanding my statement? They will come from Spring Cloud parent project directly. Say something, my dear. Got the clarity, my dear? Understanding my statement? Yeah. There is no need of writing. Actually, I should write, but there is no necessity of writing. Okay, because the most meaningful value they have given as a default value. Why? In one project, multiple microservice will be there, one R&D server will be there. In all microservice, what is required? True is required. That's why they have given default value as what? True. So that when they are inherited to microservice project, there is no need of writing those entries in microservice project now, boss. So here we need microservice project 2. Do I need to write it? No. Microservice project 3. Do I need to write it? No. But last one is microservice MS project 10, but it is a Eureka server. MS project 10, but it is a Eureka server. Tell me, guys, in Eureka server, we should continue default value as it is, or we should override them? We should override them. Understanding? Contains MS1, MS2, MS3 details. I don't want to treat this one as a microservice. I want to treat it as a Eureka server. So that's why resisting with Eureka false, fetch registry is false. Making sense now? Mandatory to write. Mandatory to write, boss. Making sense or not? You don't want to remember this much. See, listen. What is this? Register with Eureka. Register with Eureka. Register with Eureka. All three microservices came and they're in Eureka server. So do you want to present this project as a Eureka server or microservice? Eureka server. So it should be resisted with Eureka server? No. Is there any sense of Eureka server resisting with Eureka server? Eureka server fetching from Eureka server, is there any sense? Is there any sense, guys? Owner of the house paying rent, is there any sense? Restaurant owner paying the food bill, is there any sense? But what by default they are inherited with what values? By default they are inherited with what values? True values. True values. If you don't override, that means that will send wrong signal or not. That will send wrong signal or not. That's why we should override and place with what? False value. We should override and place with false value. Convinced, my dear? How it will identify which microservice need to register under Eureka server? Ravindra, all microservices should be registered with Eureka server. Na? Ravindra, I hope you missed yesterday's class, it seems. Every microservice should be registered with Eureka server. And moreover, this Eureka server will have a dashboard. Will have a dashboard. In the dashboard, it will show all the list of microservices that are registered. All the list of microservices that are registered will come. One way we can open that dashboard in the browser, we can see it. Okay, boss. Shall we go for it? What is there? Application.properties. Very simple task, Rababu. Server.port. Server.port 8761. Yeah, this is not Tomcat server port, right? This is Eureka server. By mistake, also don't add Spring Web module. If you add Spring Web Starter, what happened? If you add Spring Web Starter, what happened? This never become Eureka server because that port number will be used by embedded Tomcat, right? Don't add Spring Web Starter. Eureka server port number. Okay. Make this project as R&D server, not the EMS microservice. Not the microservice. What is the key, guys? Eureka.client.register with Eureka. Eureka.client.register with Eureka. If any spell mistake is there, let me know. False. Eureka.client.fetch register. Fetch register. Eureka.client.fetch registry. False. Fetch registry false, boss. Enjoyed my point, guys? Now, clear-cut explanation is given here. Check it out. Every MS project should be kept ready. Should be kept ready to register with Eureka server. Since we cannot register Eureka server project itself with Eureka server. So we need to make a default value. We need to make a default value true, inherited from Spring Cloud project for Eureka.client.property as false in Eureka server project. Convinced, boss? Convinced, boss? Come on. Next one. Every MS project should be kept ready for discovery or fetching for communication while registering with Eureka server. Since Eureka server project cannot be kept ready, cannot be kept ready for fetching or discovery. Since Eureka server project itself cannot be kept ready for fetching or discovery. So we need to make the default value true, inherited from the Spring Cloud project for Eureka.client.fetch.registry as false. As false. In Eureka server project. What is that, guys? Eureka.client.fetch.registry false. I think you convinced it, guys. Both explanations you convinced it, guys. Array, we should fetch microservices from Eureka server. But there is no meaning of fetching Eureka project from Eureka server. Is there any sense, guys? It is something like this, asking about Google in Google. Asking about Google in Google. Sometimes it happens, na boss. We'll stand in front of one person, we will ask, okay, who is that person? We inquire about that person. That person feels very embarrassing to answer or not? That person feels very embarrassing to answer or not? Come on, my dear. Okay, now it's my responsibility to show in the parent project, those properties are there with the true values. In the parent project, those properties are there with the true values. This is because of Eureka server, guys. What is that? Spring Boot starter parent, right? Spring Boot starter parent. So there I have to show there is a application.properties. Those values are there. Those values are there. Let me prove it. Anyhow, theoretically we understood, Ra Babu, MVN repository dot. Spring Boot starter parent. Spring Boot starter parent. Spring Boot starter parent. 3.2.2. Okay. How to see those property file, guys? You all. Property file is not coming anywhere. Spring Boot starter parent. So how to feel that one practically? How to feel that one practically? 1 minute. One minute. I think I have done something to show last batch, boss. Oh, let's try this. Spring Cloud, Netflix, Eureka server. Those files are from GitHub. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. Actually, pom.xml means we can see that, but they are there in application.properties. How to open certain project application.properties. How to open certain project application.properties. That's the question. Okay. How to open certain project application.properties. I think Eureka dot project to info. Yeah, this is official documentation, Rao. This is official documentation. Super. Enable Eureka server. Add some properties. in application dot properties. False, false. False, false. That's fine. But I want to see where these are available. Where these are available. Okay. Where these are available. Where these are available. They are different. They are different. They are different. Hmm. Maybe you have to download jar. In the jar, you will get application dot properties. Jar files we have to see. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. When dependencies. Spring Cloud Starter. Yes, we are having Spring Cloud Starter now, boss. Super. Meta NF. Even starter. Pom dot properties. Pom dot XML. Pom dot XML. Array. Did something, Rababu. I did something. Manifest.mf. But definitely they are inherited from this kind of environment only. Spring Cloud Commons. Spring Cloud Commons was Meta NF. Spring dot properties, JSON. These are different. They are auto configuration. Okay, somewhere it will be there, guys. No, actually, we don't have source code now, boss. When you have source code, then headache will not be there. But we don't have a source code. I just want to show from the parent project, those keys are there. In parent project, those keys are there, right? In parent project, those keys are there. One minute, 1 minute. If I show your confidence increase. What is the use of this one? Eureka server discovery example. This prevents Eureka server from registering itself on startup. No, everyone is giving explanation, but I want to see from where they are getting this stuff. Testing the Eureka server. These are different. These are different. These are different. Inherited from application dot properties of parent project. Spring Cloud only we are seeing, brother. Spring Cloud. 1 minute. We'll see in that angle also. We'll see one angle. I think I have done something for last batch which is not striking to me. Yeah, without that also our application runs, but just to read about. Spring Cloud Commons, Spring Cloud Bus, Spring Cloud Commons, Spring Cloud Context. Your properties are not there. Okay, we have to download a lot of hangama is there. Huh? Go in folder, 1 minute. 1 minute, Rababu, 1 minute. Right click, open with WinRAR. Open with WinRAR, 1 minute. org.springframework.cloud.bootstrap. Oh, it takes time, guys. We have to do some R&D on it. I forgot what I have done. Spend some time and try to prove that. Spend some time and try to prove that it is there in so and so place. Right? Let it be, boss. Let it be. Let it be. Run the application and test the application. Run the application and test the application. So how to test the application? Just open the browser and go for it. Yeah. What is the number? 8761. Right. Super. I just tried once. Okay. Right click, boss. Run as a Java application. Run as a Java application. Very easy, boss. It's very, very easy. It's coming clearly. Eureka server registration, updating port number 8761, right? Tomcats, don't worry, it is not Tomcat at all. It is not Tomcat at all. Leave it. Okay. It's giving message like that, but it is the Eureka server. Eureka server registration, this one. Okay. Updating port 87, this one. So now listen, open this. Open this, guys. HTTP localhost. What is the port number? 8761. 8761. Right now, everything will be zero, boss. Okay. Right now, no application instances. Are there any application instances? Are there any application instances here, guys? There are no. Why? Why they are not there? Because still I have not published anything, right? Did I publish anything in this one? No. That's why no instances are available. That's the reason it is showing no instances are available. Clear, guys? Right. That's the reason it is showing no instances are available. Because we have not developed any microservice, we have not registered so far. We have not developed any microservice and we have not registered it so far. Okay. Understood, guys? Super. So what is the basic story, guys? This is the Eureka server, right? This is basically this one. How does it look? R&D server. R&D server. Okay, what is the example? Array, first application thought that it's a Tomcat, but later it realized Eureka. That's why you observe log message. Don't go by log message, my dear. Tomcat started on this one came na. Updating port number came na. Later, what's happening? Eureka auto service registration. Eureka auto service registration. Everyone getting my point? Mr. Satya, Eureka itself server, right? Satya, Eureka itself server. Eureka is not application. Eureka itself server. Okay. Netflix Eureka server boss. Netflix Eureka server. Tell me, boss. This is MS1, MS2, MS3. Microservice 1, microservice 2, microservice 3. Microservice 1, guys. Microservice 2, guys. Microservice 2, guys. This is my microservice 3. This is my microservice 3. Tell me, first of all, they will be published na boss. They will be published. Yes, boss. What is this? MS1, MS2, MS3. MS3. Right? Okay. MS1, MS2, MS3. All these are publishing, boss. Register operation. Register operation. What is this? Register operation. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super. Okay. Now tell me, it can fetch, it can perform fetch operation also, discovery operation also. Discovery on other microservices, right? Discovery of other MS. Discovery of other MS, right, boss? Discovery of other MS. Discovery of other MS. Discovery of other MS. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Okay. First we register. Once they are available, we go for what? Discovery of other microservices. So this is the basic work of R&D server, boss, which is nothing but this. Right. Keep this in mind, my dear, because with this Eureka server is ready, right? Eureka server is running on Tomcat with port number 8761. That's wrong, boss. Ravindra, that's wrong thought. No. Eureka server itself, independent server. Eureka server itself, independent server. Log message by default it came like this, but later it is using the same port number for Eureka server, right? Why? Because we have not added any Spring Web module, right? Did I add Spring Web module? No. Then how does Tomcat comes? How does embedded Tomcat comes? Won't come now, boss. Super. Okay. People are asking me, what is the difference between Tomcat and Eureka server? Tomcat is a web server, boss, where web application will be deployed. Eureka server is a R&D server, where microservices will be deployed. Yes or no? Tomcat is a web server oblique application server. You know that up to 6 web server, from 7 onwards, it is application server. Okay, where we deploy and manage the web applications. Where we deploy and manage the web application, right? Super boss. Okay. Eureka server is Eureka server is R&D server. R&D server where the microservices will be resisted and fetched, resisted and discovered. Understanding? Okay, discovered. Satya, why are you sleeping in the classroom, boss? Don't sleep now. Okay. Right, boss. Eureka server is embedded, na? Cannot be external. It is always embedded server, boss. Yeah, you can install separately, but there's no need, na, boss. Okay, note. Eureka server internally uses Tomcat platform to behave like a server. Are you understanding? Eureka server internally uses Tomcat platform to behave like server, but it is different from Tomcat. Platform is same, boss, but purpose is different. But it is a different server. Convinced, my dear? Someone asked me a question. Can we run the Spring Boot project without? Okay. Can you run the Spring Boot project? This is how it looks. It is how it looks. When you run the Spring Boot project, okay, without having any information in application.property, any issue, boss? No, when no entries are there in application.property, we can take Spring Boot project without application.properties or not. Suppose in main method I have written hello world. For that one, any entries are required in application.properties? For that one, any entries are required in application.properties? Okay. Not required, na? Okay, someone asking me question. I too never experimented. Let's see. Can we run Spring Boot project without application.properties or YML file? Completely file should be removed, boss. Application.properties or YML file. So let's see. I will take a dummy project, boss. First, let me stop this Eureka server. Super. File, new. What is there, guys? Project, Spring Starter project. Some test project, Rababu. Test 1. Remaining all things are same. Say next. No jars, nothing. Say finish. I'm talking about basic project first. Yeah, here is my test 1, guys. Here is my main class. Okay, forget about remaining all the things. Sys out, hello. Sys out, hello. Right. Sys out, hello. F11 also you can use for running that. Hello has come now. No entries are there. But I don't want to take a file itself. Right? That is most important. Hello is still coming now. Hello is still coming. Can we run or not? Yes. Answer run. Yes, possible. Okay. Only basic applications. Only basic applications. That's what I'm trying to say. Only basic applications. Basic standalone application. If you Spring Data JPA required, Spring Microservices required, MVC required. Only for question's sake I am taking. Don't look at it as a serious statement. Serious statement. Only basic examples. In all advanced module applications, we need the support of application dot properties or VM. Properties or VM. In Spring REST also we need to have server port number now. Application dot properties are this. Very simple, Babu. It won't look for the file. If file is there, it will take the content and uses it. If file is there, it takes the content and uses it. Right, boss? Don't think much. Properties. Super, boss. Right. Okay. Tomorrow we develop one microservice and we try to register with Eureka server. So that is tomorrow's topic, right? Thank you, guys. Have a nice day.